how are we going to find a unit vector? So we talked about, here's a vector, and this vector has 6, 6. But let's just look at it in general. When we have a vector, and what we want to do is we want to rewrite it down so it only has a magnitude of 1. In this example, we have a magnitude of 72. So how are we going to find that magnitude of 1? Well, the general format is if here is my vector v, vector u, which we call our unit vector, equals vector v divided by the magnitude of v. And think about that. If here's the whole magnitude of 72, if I take this vector and I divide it by its magnitude, it's going to give me the most simplest vector that's going to just have a magnitude of 1. So let's see how this exactly would play out, because here is your general formula. Let's actually apply that formula to see what would happen. So here I have a vector of 6, 6, 6. So therefore, what I'll do is I'll write that vector, 6, 6. And then I'm going to divide it by the square root of 72. Okay? So now, what do I do? Well, we can divide this into both of those vectors. And you might want to also simplify this. If you simplify this, that could be rewritten as 36 times 2, which equals 6 times square root of 2, right? So what I'll do is I'll rewrite this as 6 divided by 6 square root of 2, comma, 6 over 6 square root of 2. All right? So now you can see we can divide those out. So now I'm left with 1 over the square root of 2, comma, 1 over the square root of 2. Then I can rationalize the denominator to simplify this. So my final unit vector is square root of 2 over 2, comma, the square root of 2 over 2. Now that's actually an interesting point, right? That should hopefully be a little familiar to you. Because if we go back and look at, here's our unit circle, what point did we know was at square root of 2 over 2, comma, square root of 2 over 2? That point was exactly at an angle of 45 degrees. And therefore, we can know for a fact that this point is on the unit circle, and therefore this vector would also be on the unit circle. Therefore, it has to have a magnitude of 2. But if you kind of get a little stuck and you say, you know what, I don't know if the unit vector that I just found has a magnitude of 1, well, guess what? You can try the magnitude, right? Why don't we test out the magnitude and see what happens? So to do that, I'll say, let's try the magnitude of my new unit vector, which is going to be the square root of u1 squared plus u2 squared. So what I'm going to do is take the square root of the square root of 2 squared. You really don't want to do this unless you want to check your work, because we are just checking to make sure it has a magnitude of 2. So therefore, that equals the square root. The square root of 2 over 2 squared is going to be 2 over 4 plus 2 over 4, right? Well, 2 over 4 plus 2 over 4 is 4 over 4. 4 over 4 is 1. The square root of 1 is 1. So therefore, we can determine that the magnitude of this unit vector is indeed 1. So therefore, that is how you find the unit vector for a vector. Nice little formula right here. Thanks.